Hello everyone, welcome to General Hospital Daily Channel. Please hit the subscribe button and give this episode a thumbs up. Willow secretly records Brennan, and Nina is about to reach her limit. Oh darlings, Willow has done a lot of things this summer that have pushed the boundaries of what anyone watching could have anticipated. She has crossed lines that seemed uncrossable. She has gone further than anyone thought she would go. And every single time, Nina has been right there, loving her, protecting her, covering for her, making the call to Brennan, smoothing over the consequences. Every single time. But this week, something happened that may finally test the absolute outer edge of what Nina is willing to accept. Because Willow is not just making reckless choices anymore. She is making reckless choices that directly threaten someone Nina genuinely cares about. And that is a different category of behavior entirely. Let us talk about what Willow did on August 24th, because it was deliberate, calculated, and it reveals just how far she has come from the woman who used to be the moral compass of her corner of this canvas. She provoked Brennan. Intentionally. She pushed him in a very specific direction during their conversation, knowing that if she pushed him the right way, he would say something she could use. And he did. And she had her phone recording the entire time. What Brennan revealed, that he misused WSB resources to delete traffic camera footage that would have sent Willow to prison, is now sitting on Willow's phone as undeniable audio evidence. She has him. And her plan is to use that recording as leverage to make Brennan dig up dirt on Michael that she can use in the custody battle. Take a moment to appreciate the full scope of what Willow is doing here. She is blackmailing the head of the WSB field office. The man who is already covered for her multiple times. The man who has genuine feelings for her mother. The man who, according to false spoilers, is going to die as part of the WSB storyline. And she is setting up a situation where her actions may contribute, directly or indirectly, to that outcome. Brennan warned Nina. He sat across from her and said it clearly, step back. If you keep enabling this, she will pull you down with her. He was not being cruel. He was being honest in the way that people who care about someone are honest when they can see something that love is blinding the other person to. Nina heard it. She processed it. And then Willow told her about the recording. The fury that is coming from Nina on August 26th, whatever specific trigger sets it off, whether it is the recording revelation or something connected to it, is going to be the expression of someone who has been absorbing and absorbing and absorbing and has finally hit the wall. She is going to confront Willow. She is going to say the things that have been building up. She is going to make clear that this particular move is a step too far. Whether that confrontation actually breaks something permanently between them, or whether it is one more difficult conversation that eventually gets smoothed over, remains to be seen. Nina loves Willow with the particular intensity of a woman who spent decades without her daughter and will not willingly lose her again. That love is real. But it may be reaching the point where even that love cannot continue to absorb what Willow demands of it. And if Brennan dies this fall, if Willow's blackmail scheme contributes in any way to the chain of events that ends with Jack gone, watching Nina understand that may be the moment that changes everything between them permanently. Jason starts fresh, and the question of what he is missing will not go away. Now, darlings, let us talk about something that the General Hospital fan community keeps returning to no matter how many other storylines are demanding attention, because Jason Morgan is building a new life in Port Charles, and there is something about that new life that keeps feeling incomplete to the people watching it. Jason is out of the mob. He is focused on Danny. He is building toward the version of fatherhood he spent years promising himself he would eventually commit to. All of that is genuinely moving and genuinely right. The man who emerged from Jakarta with a new sense of priority is doing the work of being present in ways that the old version of Jason could not sustain. But there is something missing. And the fans who feel it are not wrong to feel it. Sam is dead. That is the established fact of where her story ended, a loss that hit Danny and Scout and the people who loved her in ways that have shaped this past year significantly. She is gone. And in Port Charles, gone often has asterisks attached. The fan debate around Sam's potential return is one of the most passionate and most divided conversations happening in this community right now. There are viewers who love the idea of Jason finding his way back to her, who believe that the version of Jason currently focused on fatherhood is actually the version of Jason who is always meant to be with Sam, that the growth he has done is the growth that would finally allow them to work. These fans want the reunion. They feel like these two people earned something that was taken from them before it could be fully realized. And then there are the viewers who remember that Sam's character changed significantly over the years, that the version of her who ended up with Dante was so different from the Sam that Jason fell for, that the reunion might require more work than simply bringing her back from the dead. These viewers want the character done right or not at all. They want the adventurous, complicated, morally flexible Sam who matched Jason's particular energy, not a version that arrives only to be domesticated again. Both of those positions contain genuine feeling and genuine loyalty to different aspects of what this show has been. Here is what is objectively true. Sam coming back would need to serve more than just Jason's emotional journey. Port Charles resurrections, when they work, come with purpose beyond the romance they restart. Sam returning would need to bring something with her. A story, a complication, something that her particular history and her particular qualities make uniquely hers to navigate. Danny needing his mother. Scout needing a connection to Sam that she has been denied. The specific dynamic of a woman returning to find that the man she loved has been rebuilt into something different by experiences she was not present for. There are rich stories available. Whether the show decides to go there is the question that cannot yet be answered. But the conversation around it is going to keep happening as long as Jason's fresh start continues to feel like it is missing a piece. What all of this is building toward, and why fall is going to be extraordinary. And now, darlings, let us close by looking at the full picture of where Port Charles is heading, because this week's stories are not separate. They are all pulling toward the same enormous convergence that the fall is going to deliver. Willow is holding a recording that makes Jack Brennan vulnerable. Brennan is one of the central figures in the WSB storyline that is about to explode. The fall spoilers are telling us Jack does not survive it, which means Willow may have inadvertently set something in motion through the blackmail, through the destabilization of Brennan's position, through the chain of events that follow from pressing him in ways he cannot safely absorb, that contributes to the death of the man Nina loves. If that is what happens, Nina is going to have to look at what she has enabled. All of it. The covering for Willow. The calls to Brennan asking him to fix things. The times she said yes, when every instinct told her to say no because the love she feels for her daughter is simply too big to refuse. All of that is going to arrive at once in the grief of losing Jack. And the question of whether that grief becomes the thing that finally forces Nina to see Willow clearly, to see not just the daughter she waited decades for, but the person Willow has actually become, is the most significant emotional question this storyline is holding. Jason, meanwhile, is building something real with Danny. Quiet and intentional and entirely different from everything that came before it. Whether Sam is part of that future or not, the version of Jason doing this work is the version that the show has been building toward for a long time. And whatever the community feels about who should be beside him as he does it, that loyalty to these characters and their possible futures is one of the most beautiful things about how deeply this audience cares. And Willow, with a recording on her phone and a custody battle and a trial coming and Drew already planning his revenge and Sidwell's courtroom revelation still ahead, is running out of time in every direction simultaneously. The walls are closing in, and every scheme she runs to push them back seems to make them close faster. Port Charles is extraordinary right now, darlings. The stakes have never been higher. The characters have never been more complicated. And the fall that is coming is going to bring everything this summer built into a reckoning that none of these people are fully ready for. Thank you for watching. For a daily update, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon.